Hey guys, today I'm doing the one layer challenge and I am drawing Mako and Bolin from The Legend of Korra. In case you haven't heard of it, the one layer challenge, the name is pretty self-explanatory. It's basically where you have one layer on your canvas and that's all you have to work with. And some people have a separate layer for their background, but for me, I decided just one layer for everything and I thought that'd make it more interesting. I started out with just Bolin in the picture, but I decided it would be more interesting if I had two characters, so then I ended up adding Mako after that. And so right now, after I finish the sketch, I'm doing some flat colors, just deciding where I want everything to go. And right now, I'm not really paying attention to the sketch lines that's behind it, because after I get the flats in and I make all the color adjustments that I want, I'm just going to go around and clean everything up. And so right now I'm coloring Bolin, and I've made some color adjustments. At first, the colors on his neck thing, his collar, they were a bit too saturated, and so I wanted to change that. And I really wanted the colors for the two characters to go together. I know they're complementary, but I kind of wanted to use that to my advantage and make sure they were still similar even while they were contrasting. And so like I mentioned before, right now I'm just going around and I'm cleaning up all the sketch lines that were left behind, and I'm smoothing out the edges of everything. And I feel like this was the main challenging part of the one layer challenge, I guess. It's just the extra work. But honestly, the challenge was pretty fun. I couldn't take a piece as far as I normally would using my normal techniques, but I was surprised. There's a lot of ways to get around the handicap, whatever you'd call it. So after I'm finishing with these, I'm doing the flats in the face, and then I'm going to start shading everything. And what I did to get around the one layer for this is, for some things, not everything, but I would select a color and I would just have that color selected, so then it'd basically be like having it on its own layer, so then I could shade and not have to worry. And then there you could see I just adjusted things because the balance was kind of wonky. So I'm going to be working on shading for a while, so I do want to announce one thing. I don't know if you noticed, but I have a poll on this video, and I decided that, the reason I'm doing this poll is for two reasons. Basically, it's asking you guys if you want a traditional piece next week or a digital piece this week, or next week. And I think I want to do this on all of my videos, depending on how it turns out. And basically what you guys get to do is you get to vote, choose what you want to see next week, if you want to see a traditional piece or a digital piece, and then I have an idea of what you guys like. And if I get the same thing over and over, I might mix it up on my own, or if I have something different planned. But for the most part, it's nice to have some input. So just make sure you vote and tell me what you want to see next, and that will be super duper helpful. And if it works out, I will continue to do it. So let me know what you think of that idea. Do you want it to be more specific, or do you like having the input? Just let me know down below. So I should talk about the drawing a bit more. I finished up the face, and I decided to go a little bit less in depth on the shading on the rest of his outfit because I didn't want to get super invested in this picture because it was just a fun challenge, I didn't want to make a complete, over-the-top illustration. So I made sure just to keep it pretty simple as you went down because the main focus would be the face anyways. And so right now I'm working on Mako's face, and right now his eye color is a little bit dark for what I would like, but I do change that later. I just add a bit more light to it. One thing I had a lot of trouble with, this wasn't even because of the challenge, it was coloring or shading the hair, because I draw a lot of girls, and I feel like I'm getting more comfortable with drawing guys, but just shading their hair is a mystery to me, and so I'm definitely going to have to keep practicing that. Now I'm shading his scarf, and as you can see, it's really, really simple, but it made it a lot easier and quicker since I could just select the red, and it was really contrasting with the rest of the color, so it was easy to select. I didn't have to do it manually. I just used a little magic wand tool. Now I'm doing the shading on the hands, which always gives me some trouble because, it's not outlined, but you still need to know where the fingers are, but you don't want the shading to be too extreme, so it's so confusing. Now I'm drawing some fire, and I'm basically, I was looking at a reference, but I just made stuff up because I don't know how to draw fire. And then I'm adding a little bit of like reflected firelight on them, and here is the finished result of the 1-layer challenge. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I would really recommend trying it out yourself. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye!